everybody was out there and going. I mentioned to you that Pat's not playing, then we'll just kind of see where things go from there. We look forward to the challenge of playing Denver. Good football team, we know that. And so Sean has done a nice job, as his coordinators have, of putting that together. I think our guys have had a good week of practice. They've all kind of rotated in there and done some part of it, which is good. And we'll just see how it goes on Sunday there. Anyways, with that, time's yours.
Hey, Andy. Jalen Watson, we saw him out there. What's happened here in the last week or so that's allowed him to get to this point?
Yeah, he's really done well coming back. I'm curious to see how he did today and how he felt. And but he was out there till the end and moving around pretty good from what I saw. Yeah.
Andy, those three injured guys, Jones, Pacheco, and Juwan Taylor, they'll be out. You list them as out?
Yeah, most likely, yes.
You mentioned it's a good opportunity for guys who maybe are getting mixed in this week and everything. Nico and Reid, one of those guys. What have you just kind of seen from him as a developmental player this year?
Yeah, he got a couple snaps in last week, and then he's been doing the return stuff, doing a nice job with it. He's reliable. He knows everything, all the positions. He's quick, smart, fast. Yeah, he can do all that stuff. So, good catcher.
Coach, you said some really nice things about Carson Wentz the whole time you've had him here. Now you've watched him practice a few times, knowing he's going to start. What have you liked about kind of the way he's gone about it this week?
Yeah, you can tell he's done it before and gone through the whole week process that it takes to put the game plan in storage there in your mind and be able to see it and then execute it. So I think he's done a good job there. I think the guys have confidence in him, which probably tells you the whole story. So, but he's done well.
And do you anticipate DJ Humphries starting at left tackle?
There's a good chance, yeah, with that. Yeah. Again, he's one that I'm kind of checking every day here, so as we go. So, but he looked like he did good today. Yeah.
We didn't ask about it on Wednesday, but Steven Nelson, obviously, you've had in the practice squad for a little bit.
Yeah.
Is he someone you want to see in Denver on Sunday?
Well, you only have a couple of elevations you can do, so I don't think you're probably going to see him. Yeah.
Andy, did you expect to see Watson back on the field this soon?
The way he was going about it, I get to see it every day, the progress that he's making, or at least get a update on it. And he'd been doing so well that I figured that he'd be out there giving a whirl. I didn't know what I would see out there, and I'm still not sure exactly. Other than the times I looked at him, he was moving around pretty good. So, be curious to see how he feels here after this practice and into tomorrow.
And in 2019, you kind of famously said, "Hail to the Dolphins" after they helped you guys out. I just kind of wondered what you thought about this scenario where potentially you guys can help out the Dolphins as well.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Different head coach. I like both guys, but that's I'm not trying to help anybody out. I'm just trying to, go up and do well in the game. So, but hadn't thought of that. But I appreciated what they did. I sent them some great Kansas City steaks for doing that. Yeah. So.
Coach, a couple of your former players, Michael Vick and Deshaun Jackson, now becoming head coaches in college. What about them when they were in review that would tell you that they were going to become head coaches?
Yeah, listen, I'm proud of them. Michael's, both of them have been kind of into that.
Yeah.
Deshaun, he came up kind of close to where I grew up, and so I knew a lot of the people who worked with him, and his dad was real involved at that time, and so I think it's great to see him have an opportunity to do it. I knew somewhere that was in his plans. Both of them are very smart, innately very smart. Just they've been blessed that way, and they don't forget anything. They could handle a game plan like that, and I think they'll do great as a head coach. They got good people skills, and recruiting is a big part of that.
What's that piece of advice you give them about coaching young men?
Yeah, I've been fortunate to stay in touch with both of them. So, I had a chance to talk to the people that were hiring them and so on. So it was they have my full support. I know they're going to do great, and the university is supporting him right now, which is a beautiful thing. That they obviously went in there and impressed him. So that's about half the battle. And then this whole recruiting thing, I don't understand all that, but I know it'll be a great challenge for all these guys, all these head coaches at college level.
Last one, Emily.
Oh, there's a commercial of you on State Farm saying Bundalarooski, and I just kind of want to know how long it took you to say that without laughing.
Yeah, it was a good question. There were a lot of takes on Bundalarooski. Yeah, but no, we had a good time with it.
Good, thanks, Coach.
All right, good.
When Patrick Mahomes signed a 10-year, $450 million contract, with incentives that could push it past $500 million, back in July 2020, it was a jaw-dropping agreement. The contract was the richest in the history of American sports, and was considered so far outside the box that it did not necessarily reset the quarterback market because Mahomes was considered a one-of-one player, a unicorn. What's happened since then, of course, is that the NFL quarterback market has exploded, so that even so NFL quarterbacks like Trevor Lawrence and Tua Tagovailoa have gotten deals worth more than $50 million per year, and Dak Prescott has pushed the top of the market to $60 million per year. Meanwhile, Mahomes has done nothing but keep winning. Now, somehow, his contract appears to be a bargain. Though there's been no solid reporting on the way forward, the Chiefs and Mahomes are expected to revisit his contract in the next year or so, maybe even sooner. And former NFL MVP and Super Bowl quarterback Boomer Esiason noted on Twitter/X this week that when it all shakes out, Mahomes could cross the $70 million per year threshold in a new deal. All Mahomes has done since signing that last contract is win 2 Super Bowls and earn 2 Pro Bowl spots, and he led the NFL with 5.250 yards in 2021. Mahomes now has the Chiefs as the top team in the NFL at 15-1, and still holds the all-time record for postseason quarterback rating at 105.8. The Chiefs have modified Mahomes' contract in the past, moving future money into the short term, as a way to keep his deal on par with the rising market and salary cap. In terms of cash, he is slated to make $67 million per year over the next 3 years, but eventually, the Chiefs and Mahomes will need to just tear up the current deal and get him into a completely new contract. And $70 million per year is very likely the starting point. The 4 teams in the new format of the playoff that received a bye in the first round, all subsequently lost in the next round, Oregon, Georgia, Boise State and Arizona State, all conference champions, all lost in the quarterfinals. After having more than 3 weeks of rest, Andy Reid's Chiefs now find themselves in a similar situation, after having last played on Christmas Day, locking up the 1 seed in first round bye. He has already announced Mahomes and other significant impact starters such as Travis Kelce and Chris Jones will be sitting out and resting in their Week 18 game against the Denver Broncos, a game that means nothing to the Chiefs and everything to the Broncos. If Denver wins, they are in. If they lose, then they will be hoping to get help elsewhere. Mahomes will now be going over 3 weeks, about 25 days, without seeing any game action until the divisional round of the playoffs. It's the age-old question of rest versus rust. However, this isn't anything new to Mahomes in Kansas City. Reid has been through this before with his players and doesn't seem too worried. "I've been through that before, so I'm not too worried about all that," Reid told reporters during the week. "It gives the other guys an opportunity here to grow and you can use everybody." One former NFL player said that resting that long still carries risk, and would normally impact just about any other team, except the 2-time defending Super Bowl champions. Definitely a danger, Jason Bell told TalkSport in an exclusive interview. "It's something that head coaches are sitting at their desk worrying about, thinking about all day, but when you have a veteran team like the Chiefs, players that have been in that situation before, they know how to handle it. You as a head coach, you lean on that. You lean on your veterans, they understand how to prepare and get ready for the moment. But there's still a risk because you get out there and maybe in that first quarter it's just not flowing the right way. That might be too late to turn it on and get it right. So yes, it is hard, it is something they worry about, but as a leader, as far as the head coach, you have to lean on your veteran leaders in the locker room to make sure that doesn't happen." When asked if he thinks it's something Reid does worry about,